What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 192. And we're starting today's episode off with some player training before heading into our first of two games today as we travel to Anfield for the first leg of our Carabao Cup semi-final here with Sheffield United. Coming on the back of back-to-back goalless draws, first away at King Power Stadium against Leicester in the Premier League, and then of course the 0-0 draw in the third round, the FA Cup, away against Hull City. We've never been in the Carabao Cup semi-finals before in my managerial career. In my first 4 years with the Blades, we never put any kind of emphasis on this competition whatsoever because there were bigger fish to fry. But now returning here to Bramall Lane, whilst this isn't a competition expectation, an objective given to me from the board, I would love to reach the Carabao Cup final for the first time in my managerial career, and thus heading into the game, ordinarily I would field a weakened side in this competition, but as you'll see, for this clash here against the European champions Liverpool, although not European champions in the game, of course last year it was Atletico Madrid that won it, taking on Liverpool regardless, one of the strongest sides in the world, we would pick a very strong lineup for it. Of course, lining up in our 4-1-2-1-2 diamond. Now, McBurney would get a start, but have you ever seen me line up with a stronger team than that in a Carabao Cup? It's very rare I'll put that much emphasis on this competition. So heading into the game, hoping to make amends after back-to-back goalless draws. The first incident fell 4 minutes in as Sam Hill receives a back pass, and oh my word, that's got to be the luckiest moment I've had throughout the course of this series. Try to clear the ball with Sam Hill. God knows what I was doing there. Dilly-dally with the goalkeeper. And Luka Jovic almost scored a bizarre goal. Thankfully, the clearance ricocheted off him and behind for a goal kick. So I really got away with that one as it was still 0-0. And in a very tense first half where neither team had played especially well, we had a golden chance right before the break to grab an away goal and take the lead. Kieran Brady finds Turnbull. He flicks it through to McBurney as the Scots link up. Guabels gets in on the action, gets inside, but Alisson denies him at the near post. So still 0-0, and again, in not the best of first halves. We had a couple of chances and a really good one there. And in the second half, we continued to attack and look for a goal to get ourselves in front. 5 minutes after the restart, Brady once again, who was playing well, rolls it through to Wallace off the bench. Alisson again, though, making a fabulous save at his near post as it was still 0-0. But the Blades were beginning to look the better team and look like the more likely side of breaking the deadlock. And with 22 minutes to go, as Fagan off the bench finds that man again, Brady was looking like our best player on the pitch at this point, rolls it back to Fagan, down the right, into Turnbull, the captain, dinks it through, and oh my sweet God. What a strike by Brett Wilson. 69 minutes into the game. I brought him off the bench for Guabels, and this has got to be one of the best goals I've scored in this series, without question. This is one of the cleanest hits I've had in FIFA 20. David Turnbull dinks it into him. First time, doesn't take a touch, outside the left boot. Look at the slice on that. What a goal by our number 37 as the American. I mean, that's got to be a contender for goal of the series, right? That is just absolutely glorious. In off the post, and the Blades take a deserved lead here at Anfield as we had been the better team. 1-0 to Sheffield United. Liverpool really, other than the Jovic opportunity, didn't really have any chance during the game. Our defence was superb. Their only shot on target was well saved there by Hill as it was still 1-0, and that was how the game would finish. Back-to-back goalless draws, but we make amends. We head to Anfield for the first leg of the Cup semi-final, and we win by a goal to nil, courtesy of a wonder goal from young Brett Wilson. 1-0 the final score. We'll head back to Bramall Lane and keep a clean sheet in Yorkshire, and we'll be heading into the Carabao Cup final for the first time in my managerial career. But with the January transfer window now in full swing and just one goal in 3 games, I decided that now was the time to bring him back. I've returned home to Bramall Lane, and now it's time for me to bring my right-hand man with me. Ivan Toney, come back home. So Ivan Toney, our new striker, would start up top for the first time in a Sheffield United shirt. And the first chance fell to us just 3 minutes in as well, as Fleck found Toney, who put it past Christensen and put it past Kepa as well. What a start for the Blades here in West London. Even Toney, on his first start for the club, gets his first goal in a Sheffield United shirt. Celebrates the travelling fans. Instant hero or what? We continue to attack. Toney once again made mincemeat out of Christensen, rolls it through to Norwood, who gives it back to Toney, and the footballing world right now is stunned as all eyes are peeled on what's going on at West London. Chelsea 0, Sheffield United 2, looking the better team, looking the stronger side, looking the side that wanted to win more than the other side. And what a way to introduce yourself for our number 29, because with 6 minutes to go in a game where we'd played better at Stamford Bridge, even Tony, talk about eyes on the prize from Tony there, the concentration as he bends it home to claim the match ball. And I've got a nickname for this guy, the Shocker, because he's just shocked Stamford Bridge and he's shocked the footballing world. Liverpool looking for a third goal to complete the turnaround, but instead Shaw robs his man and wins it back for us and finds Eze, and there's a chance on the break. Eze holds it up and rolls it through to Tony, who's in behind Romagnoli. Tony one-on-one with Karius, and Tony finds the top corner. One-on-one with the goalkeeper, goes for the same corner, but this time Ivan Toney says, I'm not going to make the same mistake. Puts it into the top corner, out of the reach of Karius, as Sheffield United, who had surrendered their 2-goal lead, are back in front, courtesy of the Shocker. And you put all your money in the world on Ivan Toney finishing that chance straight at Dolberg, but he makes up for it from the corner. Calvert-Lewin flicks it on, and Ivan Toney plays the dead fish. And that should not do it. Oh, Tony's through. Tony's through. Tony's through, and this should be 2. It is. Tony rounds the goalkeeper and makes it 2-0. Yes! Europa League football next season, and what a way to confirm it. Ivan Toney, go and celebrate with the fans. You are the king of Bramall Lane. Golden opportunity. Morrison. Hang it up to Tony. There it is. There it is. Ivan Toney gets it. 40 goals. Great cross by Morrison. Tony wins the header. Nope, that's his goal. That's his goal. No deflection. It's his goal. It's goal number 40 for Ivan Toney in the Premier League. Extraordinary. I've never had a player hit 40 goals before, and now's the time to take him off for a reception from the fans. Let's bring on Oliver McBurney. Ivan Toney has scored his 40th goal in the Premier League. All 4 goals this afternoon. What a season from the Shocker. A historic campaign. 40 Premier League goals for our number 29. 11 was free, but I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I said, Ivan, what number do you want? And he said, 40. I said, what? He said, 40. I said, what? He said, 40. I said, what? He said, are you deaf? He said, no, I want 40. I want the squad number 40. I need to put this team on my back once again and get us the goals we need. So Ivan said, Gaffer, the FA have given us permission to change those squad numbers. Give me that number 40. I want to remind everyone of the sort of player I was last year and the sort of player I still am. Oh, what a build-up. What a build-up. He's on. It's 1! Ivan Toney, what a start for Sheffield United. We're playing some bloody good football at the moment, aren't we? Really knocking the ball around nicely. Oh, Toney! 11 minutes in, and we're 2-0 up in Germany. Sure? Walsh! Bogle? Bogle? Oh, he's off. It's not going to count. Oh, it is! He's on. Oh, what? I thought it was a mile offside. Well, there's the hat-trick for Ivan. He'll go and celebrate with the fans. It is Milan 0, Sheffield United 3, and the Shocker has scored a hat-trick in the Europa League final. I thought it was a mile off. Wow, a hat-trick for Tony in the Europa League final. Off he comes. Off he marches. Oh, the Shocker. What a boy. It's over. Our first piece of silverware of the save. Scott McKenna, Scott the block with the fist pump. Oh, he loves it. He loves it. 3-0, and the Shocker with a hat-trick in the game as well. Phenomenal. In the 4 years we spent with Sheffield United, we only won the single trophy, but the memories we had at Bramall Lane will last a lifetime. Ivan Toney's redemption against Liverpool, the 40-goal season, his extraordinary debut away at Stamford Bridge, claiming a match ball in the FA Cup, and of course that Europa League hat-trick performance where we won our only trophy with the Blades. I might have returned here to Bramall Lane, but there's no way I can give these guys domestic honours and European honours as well without my right-hand man. Ivan Toney needs to return, and whilst we see that Elliot Harris and Brett Wilson are two really good young strikers here, they need a senior mentor and one of Europe's deadliest strikers over the past 8 seasons, and I need to bring him back home. We agreed a £7.5 million deal with Bayer Leverkusen, plus Odsonne Edouard, who of course just signed for the club. He's not my signing, and I didn't want him here. I had no plans to bring him in myself, so I was fine including him in the deal to soften the transfer fee. And as we sit Ivan Toney down in this very B-Tech style hotel restaurant here, we offer him a contract, and Ivan Toney agrees a 4-year deal to return to Bramall Lane. Shocker, welcome back. You're the king at this club, and you have made your return to the throne. The question is, though, what number is Ivan Toney going to wear in his second stint with Sheffield United? I'll leave it up to you guys. In the top right in today's video, there will be a poll for you. If you are on a desktop, then you can click on the little eye you'll see in the top right of the video. And if you're on a mobile or a tablet, then tap the screen right now, and you'll see a little eye in the top right. Tap that, and there will be a poll where you guys can vote for Ivan Toney's squad number. What is he going to wear in his second stint here at Bramall Lane? Does he wear the number 9, the first number he wore where he left Sheffield United at Roma and of course at Atletico Madrid as well, and announced himself as one of the best strikers in world football? Does he wear the number 10, which he wore in our single season with Bayer Leverkusen last year, where he led Leverkusen to their first ever Bundesliga title despite losing the captain Kai Havertz midway through the campaign? Does he wear the 29, the first number he ever wore when we signed him from Peterborough United back in season 1, or does he wear the number 40, the number he changed to midway through season 4 to remind everyone that he's a record breaker and a history maker in the Premier League after that 40 goal season in our 3rd year with the Blaze? The choice is yours. You are my head of marketing. What number is Ivan Toney going to wear? Vote in the top right. 9, 10, 29 or 40. Well, to start off with, I'm going to give him the number 40 as he makes his debut, his second debut with the Blades here at home at Bramall Lane to Brighton and Hove Albion, who right now sit in mid-table. And of course for us, on the back of the draw away against Leicester, we're 3 points beyond Watford in 4th right now in what is a very tight race for Champions League football. And I believe the only way we're going to make the top 4 and qualify for the Champions League, like the board are asking us to do, is if Ivan Toney returns and continues his extraordinary goal-scoring form we've seen throughout the course of this series. So heading to the game, Toney's return. Everyone anxious to see how the Shocker would get on, and just 7 minutes in, oh, he's back, baby. He doesn't score, but he gets the assist, and this was just glorious and a sign of the type of player he's become since leaving Sheffield United. In the first 4 years, he was just a pure elite goal scorer, but since leaving, he turned into the complete forward at the Stadio Olimpico de Metropolitano and at the Bayer Arena as well. Gets the assists as well as the goals, and for our first goal, David Turnbull, the captain here, receives a back heel from him as he's going out of play, eyes in the back of his head. The awareness from the Shocker there to set up the captain for his 11th goal the season, and the Blades take the lead and go in front. And already 7 minutes into his return, Ivan Toney had shown the fans what they'd been missing throughout the course of these past 4.5 seasons. And really in the first half, he didn't want to score. He didn't want to shoot. He was showing the fans that he's become a team player since leaving Bramall Lane, and he likes to get the assists as well as the goals as well. He was turning provider and facilitator, and to be honest, he could have had a hat-trick of assists in the first half had my finishing been better. It was still 1-0, but he didn't take a single shot in the first 45 minutes. All he was doing is looking to set up his teammates and say, whilst this game is the perfect opportunity for me to return and show the fans just how elite I've become since leaving Bramall Lane, I'm still a team player. I've morphed into one now, and I want to set the boys up and show this game's not all about me, it's about the 3 points, winning this clash here and staying in the race for 4th place. But at half-time, I said to Toney after not taking a shot in the first half, mate, these people have paid good money to come and watch you do what you do best, and that's score goals and put the ball in the back of the net. So 12 minutes after the restart, it wasn't a surprise to see this. First chance, first shot, first goal. Ivan Toney, welcome home. Sheffield United 2, Brighton 0. Cuisance rolls the Shocker through, and I love this celebration as well, with the heart to the fans to say, whilst he might have been away for 4.5 years, Sheffield United will always be his love and mine as well. On his debut, his second debut at the Blades, It's a goal as well as an assist as Ivan Toney marks his return with a man of the match performance as we bounce back from 2 consecutive draws and a win away at Anfield as well, with a big 2-0 win here at Bramall Lane on our return to Yorkshire as Toney comes home, claims the champagne in a 2-0 victory. An assist in the first half, a goal in the second. Ivan Toney, welcome home. It feels so good to be back at Bramall Lane with my right-hand man alongside me once again. But if we are to hit those 3 very strong objectives and end the season off strongly and show the board that we're back and we mean business, then we need to make sure we stay disciplined and focused. Toney is back and we need more magical memories from the Shocker and the rest of the team as well. But that was today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And don't forget to vote in the top right on what squad number Ivan Toney wears in his second stint here at Bramall Lane. Have a great day, guys. And I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.